Welcome to the Courtside Catch-Up. I'm your host, Emmanuel Makome, and today we'll be diving into Monday night's NBA action, where we saw the Celtics deliver a dominant 126 by 94 win over the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, last night, the Boston Celtics were quite on fire. They dismantled the Los Angeles Clippers 126 to 94 in a statement win. Jayson Tatum and Payton Pritchard both dropped 20 points, leading the Celtics in their sixth straight victory for the season. This is their sixth win coming off the run that we saw them halt for the Cleveland. Now, Cleveland had a 15-0 run, which was then stopped by the Celtics, thereby cementing the Celtics' overall dominance in the league so far. The real story, though, was Boston's three-point shooting. They drained 22 three-pointers, tying the NBA record with 12 made threes in a single quarter alone. Now, Kristaps Porzingis made a strong season debut after an off-season ankle injury. Now, in just 23 minutes, he was able to post 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 blocks, providing a defensive anchor with Al Horford at the back. Now, for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac led the way with 23 points and 10 boards, while James Harden, who recently surpassed Ray Allen in all-time leading second top scorer of all three-pointers, had 9 assists and 8 rebounds, despite a third quarter rally, which trimmed the lead to 14 points. But the Los Angeles Clippers couldn't handle Boston's deep shots. The win underscores Boston's offensive firepower and defensive adjustments. This all comes as the Clippers have a 5-game win streak ends as they look to bounce back from their recent loss. Now let's move over to the Raptors. Now, last night we witnessed a thrilling finish as Jaden Ivey hit a buzzer beater to give the Detroit Pistons a 102-100 win over the Toronto Raptors. Now, Ivey led the Pistons with 25 points, including the decisive shot after a timeout with just seconds left on the board. Detroit snapped their 3-game losing streak, with Scottie Barnes carried the Raptors with 31 points in a hard-fought game. Now, despite dominating the boards with 23 offensive rebounds, Toronto couldn't fully capitalize in the clutch. A special shootout to Asua Thompson, who returned to action after Detroit after an 8-month layoff due to health issues. So it's good to see him back. Now, let's move over our attention to the Charlottes. Now, Franz Wagner shone tonight over LaMelo's 44-point game. Now, Orlando's Magic Gritty 95-84 win over the Charlotte Hornets continues to show the pivotal role Franz Wagner has when it comes to Orlando. Now, he went for 13 in 21 in scoring. LaMelo Ball did make it easy for Orlando as well. He followed it up with a 50-point game with a stellar 44-point performance plus 9 rebounds and 7 assists. Now, rookie Brandon Miller had a strong outing too as well. He had 20 points, 10 boards, as well as the turnovers which he made that were completely utilized by the Hornets. Now, they committed 27 giveaways, basically turnovers, which led to the Magic scoring 33 points, which was obviously a lackluster when it comes to defense. Now, Orlando's defense overall was quite in depth, to say the truth. The bench outscored Charlotte's Hornets bench 53-15 in terms of their points, and they capitalized late when it comes to back-to-back threes from Franz Wagner, the rookie. Can we see the Magic keep up more of this momentum? We'll have to wait and see. Now, let's move over a bit to the Pelicans. Now, Tyrese Haliburton stole the show with them playing with the Pelicans yesterday, winning 114-100. Haliburton dropped an impressive 34 points, dishing out 13 assists as well to his teammates, dropping 9 3-pointers, which is his best so far in the season. With the game tied at 204, he hit a clutch 3-pointer, following it up with a layup, and then set Benedict McCarthy for an alley-oop dunk that sealed the game. Now, on the Pelicans side, Trey Murphy III matched his season high with 24 points, while CJ McCollum added 23 in his return after a month-long absence. Alfred Payton was the playmaker for the night, recording a career-high 21 assists, the most the league has seen this season. But with 4 key players missing or being out of action, Zion Williams, Brandon Ingram, who are mostly out due to injury, so New Orleans just couldn't really keep up and had to continue their losing streak of 5 games. Now, Tyrese Haliburton has been on fire lately. He dropped about 73 points across his last 3 games, but this nowhere comes to what we've seen DeAndre Fox post up the last week, or was it the previous week? 109 points in 2 days. That was amazing. That was just after Kobe's record. Now, let's move over to New York a bit. The Knicks dominated with Brunson over there dominating the Nuggets. It seems Jokic couldn't have been enough. If we're looking at OG Anunoby, stole the spotlight. He took a career high 40 points, while Jalen Brunson dished out 17 assists, a career high best for him, with being part of the Knicks as well. That ties the franchise record all the way back to 1979. Now, the Knicks were on fire from the start, shooting 60% from the field and as much as 30. Anunoby and Brunson combined to hit 9 of the team's 19 threes, showcasing their offensive efficiency. Jalen Brunson had a standout quarter. I mean, he scored 9 straight points to the game to make the game wide open early. And we need to see the Knicks, along with Karl Anthony Towns, Gorilla, to keep up this duo and really take the Knicks back to their glory days with people like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, let's move over to Brooklyn. Now, the Nets had a rally past the Warriors despite key absences. Now, let's dive into a thrilling matchup that took place last night between the Nets and the Warriors. Now, Dennis Schroeder led the charge for the Brooklyn Nets with about 31 points, including clutch threes in the fourth quarter to turn the tide. Cam Thomas added 23 points and Jalen Wilson chipped in 18 as the Nets overcame an 18-point deficit. Now, Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors had another stellar outing. He put up 28 points, while Andrew Wiggins contributed 18 points, but this couldn't be enough to hold off the surging Nets. Now, Dennis Schroeder, who missed the Nets' previous game with an ankle issue, returned, hitting pivotal shots that sealed the win. The Nets missing key players like Ben Simmons, Nick Claxton, Dorian Finney still managed to shoot an impressive 44% from the field and beyond the arc. For the Warriors, Moses Moody had a standout game. He was able to drop 12 consecutive points, but this wasn't enough to sustain their momentum, and they came off with a loss. Now, let's move over to Oklahoma. Now, Oklahoma Thunder, under the direction of SGA, had a stellar performance. Jalen Williams added 28 points with Isaiah Hartenstein fresh off the injury list. They scored 17 points to anchor the Thunder's balanced attack. Now, OKC's bench also made a huge impact, outscoring Sacramento's reserved 40-20. Now, the Kings' DeMar DeRozan had a solid outing with 30 points, including the first 19 he made in the first half. But Sacramento's three-point shooting was just continued to show how much they've been struggling. I mean, they've been shooting about 25% from their field, which continues to show that these were some of the factors that led to their loss. Now, Sacramento also played competitive in the first half. They had a 15-point lead, which only changed after the Thunder now started working more on their offense. Now, De'Aaron Fox, who I previously mentioned, got about 109 points in 2 games over the past week. Today, he wasn't able to play so well. He only averaged 14 points, which is far below his season average of about 28 points per game. Now, his technical foul in the fourth summed up his frustrating night that he had. With this win, can the Thunders kick off a road trip on a high note? Will the Kings need to regroup and snap on this skid? Can Oklahoma continue keep rolling with the same momentum that we've seen them to do? I hope we'll be here to see so. Now, if you'd like to continue to get more NBA recaps like this, just follow K-Press Sports on all social medias and subscribe to get the latest when it comes to the NBA. I'm your host, Emmanuel Makome. Thank you for joining us.